welcome to the Italian Culture Institute in Los Angeles. I'm Valeria Rumori, the director of the Italian Culture Institute. We're delighted today to present, in collaboration with the San Diego Italian Film Festival, the West Coast premiere of the documentary The Truth About La Dolce Vita by Giuseppe Pedersoli. It is his first feature-length film as director after a very long career as a producer. And the film was presented at the 2020 Venice Film Festival out of competition. The film, through unpublished materials, reveals the challenges during the production of Fellini's masterpiece and the relationships among its producer Amato, Rizzoli, and Fellini himself. This screening is the final event celebrating the 100 years of Federico Fellini's birth in 2020, organized by the Institute in collaboration with many other partners in the past year. We presented a multitude of events honoring the great maestro with screenings, exhibits, and webinars. You still have a chance to take a virtual tour of our exhibition, Fellini in Action, 8.5 set photography by Paul Ronald, presented in collaboration with the Centro Città del Cinema di Cesena. It's still available on the Italian Culture Institute Los Angeles YouTube channel. I would like to thank Director Giuseppe Pedersoli for his exclusive introduction today, and also Diana Agostini and Antonio Iannotta of the San Diego Italian Film Festival for being precious collaborators. Please join us and tune in this Sunday, February 28th, for a live webinar with Director Giuseppe Pedersoli, interviewed by Antonio Iannotta of the San Diego Italian Film Festival. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you will stay tuned in and join us for the upcoming 700th anniversary of Dante, which will present a very rich cultural programs of live webinars, readings, film screenings, and much more. Now, without any further ado, I'm very pleased to present the director, Giuseppe Pedersoli. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Giuseppe Pedersoli, the director and producer together with Gaia Gorrini of the docufilm The Truth About La Dolce Vita. I come from a family of movie makers. My father, Bud Spencer, was a very successful actor for 4 decades since the 1970s. And I was lucky enough to have another member of my family, a very famous producer, Giuseppe Amato, who was a true pioneer of cinema, of Italian cinema, when he started with the silent films in the 20s and 30s of the last century, producing masterpieces like Walking in the Clouds, Umberto D, Don Camillo, and finally La Dolce Vita, just to mention a few of them. Vittorio De Sica, Anna Magnani, Alida Valli are just some of the big stars that became famous thanks to Giuseppe Amato intuition and of course, their capabilities. I was lucky enough to find a big treasure in my family, a few boxes that have been forgotten for many years that contained original and unedited documents of the work of Giuseppe Amato. Incredible documents, budget, letters, contracts, all original, that were forgotten for decades in boxes. They contained the work of a producer, but also a very important part of the history of Italian cinema and international production. Most of them, the most interesting ones, were related to La Dolce Vita, because hundreds of documents, letters, correspondence between Federico Fellini, Giuseppe Amato, and Angelo Rizzoli, the distributor, telling the story with the real voice of the protagonists of one of the most iconic and famous Italian film in the world. The original script of La Dolce Vita that was given by Federico Fellini to Giuseppe Amato in the summer of 1958, a script that no other producer wanted to produce. Federico Fellini had an exclusive contract for 4 years with Dino De Laurentiis after winning 2 Oscars with his previous films, La Strada and Notte di Cabiria. But Dino De Laurentiis did not find in that script what it needed to become a production. He thought it was a very risky production. It was a script that did not contain, as he said, the elements that would make it a commercial film. He offered Fellini Paul Newman as a protagonist for that film. Fellini said, no, I want an unknown, an Italian actor, a face like anybody else. And he fought for it until he understood that with Dino De Laurentiis, he wouldn't have never realized that film. Giuseppe Amato understood immediately that the script contained the possibilities of a very important film, a very unusual film, a very original story, and decided rapidly to produce the film. But that became a nightmare because the production of La Dolce Vita was really complicated, very difficult. The clash of personalities of Federico Fellini, a genius director, and Giuseppe Amato, a senior producer that was very experienced and had done previously so many other important films, became a very hard process to execute. Giuseppe Amato had to find a lot of money to complete the film, and associated with Angelo Rizzoli, who had been with him in many other productions and was a very, very rich man. But they immediately understood that to complete La Dolce Vita would have been a real challenge. All this story is told in the many documents, and from those documents, word by word, from the testimony of the witness of the original protagonist, I wrote a script and directed this docufilm that is not the story of a member of a family. It's the story of a piece of Italian cinema and the story of the most important Italian film in the world. I thank the Istituto di Cultura Italiano, the Institute of Cultural Government in Los Angeles, and all the audience that would see my project, and I hope you will enjoy it. Thank you very much.